African leaders are a big disgrace. African politicians are a disgrace to the people of Africa, to the land of Africa, and to the wellness of Africa. And that is why that it is because of them. That's why we are going through the problems that we are going through today. And that is why you see Africans celebrating Ibrahim Traore, because he is the only person who has proven to be outstanding, to be distinct, and to be exceptional. Okay? So sometimes you may see people and you may see us celebrating this guy and having concerns so much about him, talking about him everywhere, and doing a lot of things like, for example, what happened the day after yesterday in Ghana, it was something that is, I think I would say it is historic, because it's been a very long time we've never had a leader like that one, okay? And that shows you and that proves to you that African leaders are a disgrace. Why am I saying African leaders are a disgrace? It's because of the things they are doing and how they are leading Africa. It's because of how they're driving Africa. Africa is poor today. And Africa is not poor because that we do not have maybe things to make us rich. Okay? Africa is not poor because of our state we have a bad state. No, Africa is poor because there are a few individuals who are making Africa to be poor. A few individuals who have decided they are not going to change and they are not going to do the right things, or rather to follow the right paths, to be able to make sure they are leading Africa in the right way. A few individuals who are selfish, greedy, and who are working on their own self. They are working for the wellness of themselves and not other people. And they have made Africa to be really poor today. Not Africa is not poor because we are poor. We have a lot of things and everything that can make us rich, everything that we can use to provide jobs for our youths, everything we can use to make money to take our children to school and to provide wealth in our country and in our continent. But because of this, because of the disgraceful leaders that we are having and politicians, that is why Africa is in a state that it is today. That's the reason you'll see us celebrating Ibrahim Traore, because he has proven to be outstanding. He has proven to be distinct. He has proven to be exceptional. Okay? And why am I saying that African leaders are a disgrace? You see, you find out that there is a country that has a leader, a country that has a president, but this president is not even concerned and focused on the things and issues that are happening in his country. Okay, you find out that this leader is only focusing on the things, is focusing on the foreign countries, focusing on satisfying the master. Okay, focusing on making the master feel good and feel happy, so that he can also be kept safe and his interest also can be checked out on. But when they are doing that, they have forgotten they have a country and they have a people to lead. Okay? They have forgotten there are people they're supposed to work for. So you find out that the people of a certain country, they are going through some kind of shits, some kinds of problems, some kinds of misfortunes and predicaments, because they have leaders who are who are incompetent, leaders who are irresponsible. I have decided to speak this today. I decided to talk about this because um, I was on the social media and I happened to meet a video here in Kenya. There's a Kenyan activist who goes by the name Eric Omondi. And this man has been fighting for the youths of Kenya and for the country of Kenya in particular. He's an activist. And he has always been doing right things sometimes, most of the times. He has been so much on the interest of the people of Kenya. He's not someone who has a government seat, or rather, is not a politician. He's just an activist who fights for the rights of Kenyans. Okay, he's one of the people who are leading demonstrations in Kenya, because whenever things like this come up, you'd see these are the people who are on the front line. And this man, uh, he was walking to a place here in Kenya, a place that uh, it's a rural area, deep in the country, in the counties of Turkana. And he met children who were studying under the tree. children who were studying under the tree. Okay? And after meeting children who were studying under the tree, it heated him so much. And he felt like these children are not supposed to be learning under the tree. It's very bad when children are learning under the tree. There is no water, there is nothing around there. It's just like dust, and they are under the tree, they are outside. There is no even teachers, because even the teacher who was teaching them, he was just a teacher who had just volunteered to go and teach them. And because she didn't have money, she had to take those children under the tree, and that is where they were learning from, under the tree. And so this young man and these activists, Eric Omondi, he went on and mobilized people, and he came and built a school, build a small school for these children. Okay, and therefore he bought uniforms for these children because they didn't even have uniforms. And that is a heart of someone who understands people, who understands the needs of the people. Now, my concern is here. We have a country where we have a president. We have a country where we have a leader, someone who can actually help people. I believe that building that a little school that these activists build, it took him less than even 100,000 Kenyan shillings. But a whole Kenyan government could not build a school like that one, or could not build a class like that one, because Eric Omondi had to build a class for these children. So he built a class for them, and then they are no longer learning from under the tree. They are learning from a class where there is a shade, and they cannot be burned by the sun whenever the sun is too hot, because in countries of Turkana here in Kenya, there are those countries that there is it's like a desert, semi-deserts, like something like that one. There is no rain, sun is at most, and therefore these children are no longer learning under the tree, because Eric Omondi had to sacrifice himself to build a class for these children. And the class he built, I'm very sure the money he used to build that class is less than 100,000 Kenyan shillings. It's just a few cash here and there. Maybe by buying uniforms for the children is when it added something, okay? And it's okay. He did good, and God bless him wherever he is, and may he be blessed abundantly, and may God look at his needs and help him and watch over his family and everything. That is my prayer to him, because he has a heart of helping people. At least those children, they will remember him for what he has done for them. At least those children, they will remember him for the good things he has done for them. And even that teacher will recommend him time and again. Okay? Now, this is my question. In Kenya, we have a government that can help people. This government we're having in Kenya, it's a government where politicians, they are walking all over the country, splashing money aimlessly, going to churches and giving 10 millions, 50 million to churches, 100 million. Oh, they're giving money, you don't know where. They're going to the funerals, giving money, 30 million, 50 million. They're splashing millions of money everywhere. In contributions, millions of money everywhere. And you know, they're giving this money to people. It's not a help. It's like they're bribing people to vote for them into the government come another term of election, because they know that some Kenyans may not vote for them because of how they are misbehaving in the government. And therefore, giving money in funerals and in churches, it's like a way of showing people you are good. But remember, there are children out there who are learning under the tree. You cannot help those children. In the name of, from that area, a little votes will come from there. And there are votes that cannot even take you they cannot make you win elections. So I wonder sometimes, how does these leaders think? Like, how do they think? Because it is very bad when a president of a certain country, a leader of a certain country, a politician of a certain country, you have an opportunity and you are capable of helping people in your country, helping people in your areas, but you cannot help people. And you do not have a reason not to help them. Okay? Instead, you are just focusing on the foreign countries, of which people from the foreign countries are not the people who placed you into the government, who voted for you. There are people here in Kenya who woke up very early in the morning. They went to the ballot. They searched for your name. They placed a tick on your name, showing that you are qualified for being their president, showing their kind of love they have for you. And therefore, after getting to the government, you end up disgracing them. You end up frustrating them. How do you feel when children cannot go to school, and even if they cannot, they can go to school, they cannot learn from the classes? That place that this man was teaching these children from, just see it, look at this video.
Alafu ujipige makofi. Ayo, ukishapata unaenda.
Welcome back again. That place is outside. That place is outside. It's outside. Rain can come anytime. These children can, anytime rain can come. There is no houses around. So definitely these children are going to dip themselves in rain. We have a government that can help people, but the same government we have that can help people is not helping people. Which kind of a life is this? When you focus so much on the foreign countries, you are a puppet to the foreign countries. You are serving your masters who are helping you alone. They are not even concerned about your people. They are not concerned about helping your people, but they are very much concerned about helping you. And you call yourself a leader. You want people to support you. You want people to talk about you positively when you know very well there is nothing positive that you have done. And this is the kind of a leadership that Ibrahim Traore is trying to do away with it. This is the kind of leadership we don't want in Africa, because I believe it's not in Kenya alone that things like this are happening. There are even countries out here that things like this are happening. I heard the previous day that when in the parliament of Tanzania, the MPs were very there's one MP who was very mad and upset because of how the government is running out things. So I believe that this caliber is in almost all the African leaders, and we need to have a change. We need to make a change. We need to be like Ibrahim Traore. We need to follow the footsteps of Ibrahim Traore, because I believe only Ibrahim Traore is the man who can save Africa, because he is so different. Give us the opportunity as African politicians and African leaders. Give us the opportunity to celebrate you the way we are celebrating Ibrahim Traore. This man is a way maker. This man is showing the way. He is showing us this is the way. But that way we are not following it. People who are in power have not the qualities of leading. People who are not in power are the people who are performing the responsibility of people who are in power. But those who are sitting there, they are not doing their responsibilities. They are not undertaking their assignments well, the way it's supposed to be taken. My question is, until when? Another question is, how do you feel when people cry, when people are suffering in your own country, and you know you are a leader in that country? People are not supposed to be crying when they have voted for you, they have made you a leader. People are not supposed to be crying when you are the people who are supposed to be helping them and you are not doing your assignments. You're not doing your responsibilities. Stop serving the masters. These people you're calling masters, they're not even your masters. They're making you fools. They're making use of you. Why do you accept to be used? Come back home and serve your people. That video, I really felt so bad, because it is something that I really felt so bad, because it is so bad when a country can look that way, or people in your country can live that way, and you are there, you are a leader, and you cannot do anything. Because if you are a president or a leader of a country, you need to walk all over your country and make sure that everybody, children's, these are children's. These are children's. It's okay. Don't help me if you don't want to help me. Don't help an old person if you don't want to help old people. But what about children who are going to school? Children who are supposed to be in class learning. What about them? That's the main question I'm asking myself. And that is the reason why I say that African leaders are disgrace. They have made us be who we are today. They're the ones who are creating bigger problems. Because by accepting to work for a white man, you are accepting to kill your country. By accepting to work for a white man, for a foreign country, that's like, it's as good as killing your country, as good as burning your country. Your country is burning, you don't care. Which kind of a life is that? Until people who are not even in government come and make a change when you are in government and you're not doing anything. This kind of leadership is the kind of leadership that Ibrahim Traore is doing away with it. And that is why you'd see people celebrating Ibrahim Traore all over. If you see Ibrahim Traore going to Ghana and Ghanaians are celebrating Ibrahim Traore, it means even leadership in Ghana is not working out. And I tell you, Ibrahim Traore, wherever he will go here in Africa, people will celebrate him. Because in Africa, there is a problem that needs to be addressed. There's a problem that needs to be settled, because we want Africa that is good, Africa that is better, Africa that stands for itself, Africa that can defend itself, Africa that can be counted among the superpower states in the world, Africa that is placed on the limelight, that people can watch it. People would say now we are sitting down to watch Africa. Because we are a great continent. We are a big continent. We are a continent that we have a lot of things. We have resources. We have minerals. We have wealth. But these African politicians, they are selling us out. You want a white man to come to your country and take what belongs to your country? What is supposed to help the people, children's mothers and fathers in your country, to create jobs, to provide food, to take children to school? So you accept a white man to come and take it away from you, and you continue, and people in your country to continue suffering under your watch, and you call yourself a leader. You are not a leader. That's not how leadership works. That is the difference between you people and Ibrahim Traore. That's the difference between you people and Ibrahim Traore. You are not the same. You can never be the same. You will never be the same. Unless you change, you can never be the same. These are the kind of the things that Ibrahim Traore is trying to do away with it. And that is why we celebrate Ibrahim Traore all the times. That is the reason we celebrate him all the times. Ibrahim Traore goes to the villages. He goes to the villages and creates conversation with people from the villages. He walks even to the homes of the poor people and have a conversation with them, a one-on-one conversation. He creates a relationship with the disabled people because he loves them. They love him. But you are there. You are a leader. You don't care about your people. You don't care about how they are doing. You don't care about what they are going through. You just want to serve the master and be given something and you are okay. We need to change from that because it's a bad caliber. It's a bad character. It's a bad caliber and it's a bad character. That is why we celebrate Ibrahim Traore. That is the reason we celebrate Ibrahim Traore. He's a man who fights for the people. He is a man who is called to be a leader. He is a man who is yearning for a change. He is a man who has the interests of the people. He is a man who loves the mothers in his country. He is a man who loves fathers in his country. He is a man who loves children in his country. He wants best for the children. He wants to take children to school. He wants everybody to go to school. He is a man who is creating jobs for the youths. He is a man who wants Burkinabe people to depend on themselves, not to depend on the foreign countries. He wants them to depend on themselves and not any other person. Come on, let us do the same things. Let us do the same in our countries. Let us be different also. Let us be different also. Because life needs people who are ready to help other people, who are ready to work for other people. If you are a leader, that is who you are supposed to be. It feels so bad. It breaks my heart when I see people going through tough times in their own country. It really breaks my heart. It really breaks my heart. Because we are supposed to live. We're supposed to live in a country because, you see, it's bad when you're living in a home, in your own home, but you don't have freedom in your own home. You're living so bad and so terribly when, even the bad thing is that these leaders can help, but they're not helping. That 50 million you're taking to a church that is already built, a church that has people who can help themselves, a church that has people who have money. They can build church, they can contribute their money to control and to settle the issues and matters concerning their churches. You're taking their 50 million and there are children back there in the village who are learning from under the tree. There are children back there in the village who don't have anything to put on their mouths, and you call yourself a leader. You need to change. African Streamline family, let's continue being here and let's continue tuning in and working together to make sure Africa is going forward. My brothers and sisters from Caribbean and from diaspora and from Africa, thank you so much for the support and for everything you're doing. I salute you guys so very much. All right, adios, guys.